right, let's dive in. The mini course, the fast track to profitable template shop and how to launch a profitable template shop even if you're just starting out. If you have a template shop, you are welcome to. You're in the right place if you're a designer looking for passive income, you're tired of exchanging time for money. I've been there, I get it. Or you want a profitable template shop but don't know exactly where to start. By the end of this training, you'll have a clear roadmap to launching a successful template business. Why would you trust me? Why would you trust me? I make over 170K annual sales from templates alone. Zero client work is happening over here, okay? I am one of the top selling Showit and Canva template sellers online. I'm sure you've seen me, superhero design. And I built a profitable digital business from scratch. That's right, I didn't have any help from anybody. I have no partners, it's just me. And if I can do it, so can you. You just need the right strategy. Why most template shops fail? This is hard to say. Your pricing is either too low or too high. Yes, I said too high. You need to price these to sell. You also need to price high enough to where people don't think that you're just like cheap. You know what I mean? You're not marketing properly. You need to actually funnel people to your website or to where you're selling website templates. Your templates just, they're not good enough. The quality of design isn't there. Sorry. Not having a clear system for growth. So you need to have systems in place, automations, things like that to actually scale. And today I'm going to show you how to fix all of these problems. Don't worry, I'm here to help you. And we're going to do this in 3 simple steps. Number 1, find a profitable niche. Choosing a niche is actually really important. If you choose the wrong one, you can build amazing templates, but it doesn't mean that you're going to sell them. Create high demand templates. So that means high quality design, priced correctly, all the right key ingredients to sell. And then number 3, you're going to want to market and scale, obviously, to make as much money as possible. Step 1, find a profitable niche. Choose a niche that makes money. It's kind of a no-brainer, right? So when it comes to Showit, photography and photographers are definitely the top selling niche. The reason why is because Showit was built for photographers, so you still have that core user base that is looking for more Showit templates, and they have just done a really great job at marketing to photographers and the photography industry in general. The problem with the niche of photography is that if you do this, that's great, but know that you're in a big pool of really great designs and you're going to be competing against a lot of great templates that are geared toward photographers. So if you're new, like a newbie designer, or maybe your design isn't that strong, don't pick that niche because the competition is just too fierce. I hate to say it, but it is. If you feel really strong in your designs and you feel like you can compete, like jump in, do it. I mean, there is room for everybody if you have a high quality design and it's priced to sell. I'm just gonna go down the list of pros and cons of all these different niches. So when it comes to selling to graphic designers or web designers, I think that is a great industry and niche to sell to. I don't think there's enough templates out there for that niche. However, again, the quality of design is gonna have to be high because you're selling to designers. So they're gonna be pretty picky. Just selling website templates, I probably wouldn't choose interior designers because I think a lot of them like to hire it out. So they're gonna want like a VIP design day or like website in a week. That's just kind of like that's just kind of who they are, let's put it that way. But I think it's a good niche if you kind of like add on, or like you're already doing custom design for them. Maybe you would just want to add on a template shop to your custom design. I think that is a great niche. Illustrators and artists, I think that's a great one. Showit has a great portfolio section. I think illustrators and artists would be a great market to sell to. I also think that they are willing to DIY their own websites, so I think that's a great niche. I also don't think that it's too oversaturated. When it comes to marketing, that's gonna go kind of along with graphic designers. Similar styles, similar website templates, you can kind of gear it toward both, like designers and marketing. Copywriters, also a great niche to choose from. I think that they are very willing to DIY their website. Coaches and course creators. You're dealing with a variety of budgets and then also like how much customer support you're going to be dealing with. When it comes to like wellness and lifestyle, think like the yogis, fitness gurus. These people are not that tech savvy, so get ready for the customer service. Doesn't mean that they're not going to buy a website template and try to DIY it themselves. I think that they will. I think that it's still a good niche to choose, but just be ready to answer questions. That's all I'm going to say. Marketing and growth. That's going to be like your Jenna Kutchers, your Amy Porterfields. They're either going to have a really small budget, like they're just doing it themselves, and they're going to DIY it, which is great, or they're going to have a marketing team that's going to buy a website template and do it for them. Either way, I think it's a good industry, and it's also, Showit does a good job at like targeting them as well. So your work's kind of done there for you. A lot of coaches have seen, you know, these big people, again, like I'm gonna just say Jenna Kutcher again, because she is like the biggest Showit coach. And then for events, again, like with the wedding planners and event planners, that kind of goes along with the wedding industry that Showit has already targeted. So these are also good niches to choose. So all of these kind of have pros and cons, and I would start with, if you're already designing for a specific niche or industry, there. And then also, you do not have to choose one. If you don't have one in specific, then I would just go with like 3 different ones and then just see what sticks, and then you can start veering your business that way. If you notice that I made 3 templates, but the wellness and lifestyle ones are really selling, you know, maybe that's your forte. Maybe you design better that way, or just market to that industry better. And then you can just start gearing toward that. But when you start, you don't necessarily just have to choose one, because you can kind of pigeonhole yourself, and then I think there could be missed opportunity. So just keep all of this information in mind. The next slide does say focus on a specific niche. However, you can choose a couple different niches, like I said, but don't just say that you're selling website templates. You're not selling website templates. You're selling a solution to a problem that somebody has. If I'm an online coach, you know, what's my problem? I need to sell, you know, courses online. How do I do that? Through what avenue? Well, Showit website template could help me create the sales pages to funnel those customers in. It could also save me time. It could help me drive customers to my website, you know, by using good SEO practices. It's solving a problem. It's not just creating, it's not a product, it's a solution, right? So like, if you think about like Nike shoes, you're not just like buying a pair of shoes because they're cute. You're buying them because they're going to help you run faster, or like be stronger or better. So just think about marketing as a solution as opposed to the product itself. Step number 2, create high demand templates. So what actually makes your templates sell is not what a lot of people think. Most people think it's like the bells and whistles, or like the different layouts, or like how many customizable options there are. That's not really it. It's most people that buy your website template are not designers. And even if they are, when they're shown like an overall vibe of something, like they can have an emotional connection to it. And that's why they want to buy the website template. So like, number 1, the overall vibe. So is it moody? Is it luxury? Is it edgy? You know, does it, you know, create a statement? You know, is it a bold, you know, bright feeling? Photos, colors, and fonts. Photos are so important. They all need to go together, and they need to be consistent with the overall vibe. Same with the colors and the fonts. The copy text. So when I say that, I mean like, what does the actual website say? So I recommend using ChatGPT or Claude and actually going in and having it generate real website copy that you can plug into your website. People that buy it can probably end up using like 80% of the copy that you generate for them, which is going to save them tons of time if it is good copy targeted for that niche. I've definitely noticed, like, whenever I do specific copy and then colors and fonts, like, it's going to sell to that person. Like, some random other niche isn't going to just find it and be like, oh, that's for me. Like, people just can't see beyond that. So as a designer, I can, but it's still nice, you know, when something's presented exactly how I want it to be, and then it's like, oh, it's perfect, and then they buy it. The mock-ups presentation. So obviously, when you're selling on Etsy or other platforms, or even your own website, you're going to want to mock up your website in different devices, different backgrounds like shadows and different things to just make it look high-end and beautiful. Again, your clients are probably not designers. They need to see themselves in the template. This is highlighted because people are egocentric and they need to feel like it's made for them. Like it's the perfect pair of jeans that like makes their butt look epic, you know? That's how they need to feel about your website template, trust me. Design process. Do not skip any of these steps. The research and vibe selection. So you're going to want to go to Pinterest, and also Canva is great for different ideas because they have a bunch of templates that are like trending, and then you can kind of see like what's popular, what kind of styles. So get a Pinterest board together with different like mood and vibe and everything all together for the website template idea that you have. So for each website template, you're going to want to create a new board and just make sure that you're, you know, all of your whole vibe is in the one board for the one template. So the next thing you're going to want to do is gather and organize assets. So like The biggest thing here, like for colors and fonts, you probably already did that in Pinterest on step 1. But for step 2 with the photos, I do recommend going into Kaboom Pics or Vault Stock. Those are 2 great stock photos. And then in Vault Stock, it is paid and you do have to get like a reseller license, which they do offer, which I'm a member and I absolutely love it. But yeah, so get all of your photos together and make sure that they all go together. So like what's cool about Kaboom Pics is that you can go and pick like a specific photo shoot and then just download everything from that photo shoot. Like it's gonna go together, which is nice because that is key. Because you can't have a bunch of different photos that have different vibes in the same template. Like it's just not gonna work, it's a mess. That is gonna be really critical to do this. And then in Canva, what I would do is create a mood board, pop in some photos, pop in your colors, your fonts, and make sure that it's all going together appropriately. And you can also share this mood board on social media and then like get people really hyped up. And then you can also like have them choose. So if you're not really sure, say you created like 3 different moods, you can get like a poll going and then they can choose like a mood board. I've done this before, it's like really fun. And then step 3 is actually start designing your templates in Showit. And then depending on how many graphics you're gonna do or different types of things, you might need Adobe programs. I definitely use Photoshop all the time for like resizing. You can also use Lightroom, just resize your photos to make them like web size appropriate. And then also Lightroom is great for like using the presets. So if your photos do not all go together, but they're all like pink-ish, like the same color, you can put like a different preset on them all so that they all just flow and look like they came from the same photography shoot. I've done this a lot and it really helps sell. It's like one more step, but it's like the extra step that makes templates sell. Creating your templates. So this is like just some tips of what to do and what not to do as a designer. Design your templates using best standards. So reach out to Showit and find out what their design standards are. As a Showit partner, I have access to their list of like all the things that you have to do. I don't know if they have that just on their website, but you can reach out. If you do join my course, I do provide this as well in like a cheat sheet. So you would have that. Create designs that you're proud of. It's kind of a no-brainer, right? You don't want to just bust out a bunch of crap and then be like, oh, I just tried to make a quick buck. Like make designs you actually would want to promote and, you know, feel like pride when you do them. When you research the competition, which you absolutely should do not rip off their designs. My rule is a minimum of 3 sources of inspiration. So say you find like 3 different website layouts that you really like, you know, say you like the colors and fonts of one or like the layout of another, like the photo style of another, you know, pick and choose like, okay, well, I really like that. So I'm going to like imitate certain aspects of this, but I'm going to make it my own. And I think that that's the key is like whenever you kind of, it's like making a recipe. It's like, well, you grab a little flour here, a little sugar here, some chocolate, you know, you mix it all together. It becomes something different. So you just don't want to rip off other designers. Building out your shop. So say you have your templates ready to go. Okay, what do you do now? You obviously have to sell them online. You need to sell them on your own website, bare minimum. And then you need to drive traffic to that site. So that is the con of selling on your own website. But you need to have that on there, even if it's just for like validation, like you're a real entity. You have a website, you're selling templates. And then also you're not paying like these higher fees, you own everything. Obviously there's a lot of pros to selling on your own website. And then yeah, the con is like, you don't have any visitors, so you gotta get them to go to your website. Etsy and Creative Market. Creative Market, I think is okay. I think it used to be better in the past. I noticed in like 2024, sales declined like significantly. 2023, they weren't bad, but still not great. Is it worth having your stuff on there? I mean, it's just another place to promote and make money. So yeah, I mean, I think it's worth having your templates everywhere you can, to be honest with you. I know some people disagree with that, but Creative Market does take 40%, which is huge. It's a huge fee. It's ridiculous. I hate paying it, but at the same time, more eyeballs on your templates is more eyeballs on your template. So Creative Market. Etsy, I highly recommend selling on Etsy because they have so many buyers. Their advertising is cheap. They advertise on Google for you. You can get, you know, tons of reviews. Here's a screenshot of my actual Etsy shop there. So you see I've had over 3,800 sales whenever I took the screenshot and 5-star reviews. So even if people buy on my website, they might see my Etsy shop and be like, oh, like she's like valid. Like she's got real reviews. These are not, you know, made up. And they can just see that it's like a real thing. So if for nothing else, it's like cheap advertising is to put your products on Etsy, even if you're not necessarily like. Step 3, market and scale. So how to get your first or next 100 sales. Your templates are not going to sell themselves. I think that's pretty obvious. The 3 keys to selling templates to me is going to be Instagram, Pinterest, and email. Instagram, I have advertised on Instagram in the past, but I do not waste my money on it anymore. I know other template sellers do good with Facebook ads and Instagram ads. I just never see any ROI from it, so I stopped. But it is a great place for organic growth for me. You can show off your templates, connect with buyers through posts, stories, and reels. And it's just in general like a great platform. And most buyers are on Instagram, and then they can see that you're a real person, and like that connection is good. Pinterest, it's number 1 for me. It drives so much traffic to my website. Pin your templates, pin. It's perfect. Email, this one's obvious. It's pretty good. I think it's like 3rd in line. I would say Pinterest, Instagram, then email if I was gonna like line these up. But you do need to do email marketing. It does work. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you exactly how to use each one of these tools to market. I know marketing is like probably the hardest part of selling templates, so I'm gonna dive pretty deep into that in this mini course. I do dive deeper into my full course that I'm going to offer you at the end of this, but this is gonna give you a really good roadmap, so pay attention. And Instagram, it's important that you build out your profile. So make sure that you have Showit website templates in your name, in your headline, so it's obvious what you do. Things that you're gonna wanna post, you're gonna wanna create value. So people don't wanna just see a bunch of products. They want things that they can use. So I'm always posting value on my Instagram. If you go to Superhero Design Co., you'll see I'm always posting, 10 tips for ChatGPT, or, marketing hacks to get more sales, or whatever it might be. Something that you think people would want to like, share, and save, so that it will help them in their business for your niche. Share behind the scenes of your process, offer freebies and guides, do giveaways, do tutorials, like how to use your templates, hacks on Showit. You can show different posts of you customizing your templates. People love watching that kind of stuff. And showcase your customer sites when you get customers, showcase them, and then tag them, and then obviously feature your products. I mean, that's the last one. So Pinterest, you're going to want to do the same thing. Build out your profile and then create different boards in Pinterest. Just organize all your boards for your specific niche. You're gonna want to sign up for and start using the Tailwind app so that you can pin 5 to 20 pins a day comfortably. Some of these designs can have the same exact design with different backgrounds. So again, if you do join my course, you do get all the Pinterest templates, and then also all the social media templates already made for you in Canva. So you could just like pop in your pins with multiple backgrounds and then start putting them on Tailwind. But even if you don't, you can follow this advice. Get verified and create a catalog if you can. Honestly, it was a huge hassle to get verified on Pinterest. I ended up hiring a company to help me, but I did get verified, and I was able to create a catalog. I think I did that one on my own, actually. Again, just be aware, like that does take time. If you can't do that, that's not the end of the world. Advertise your pins. If you're gonna advertise anywhere, advertise on Pinterest. If you have $5 a day, blow it on Pinterest. Trust me, you will get your ROI back. And then track your analytics and connect it to your website. So don't forget that step. That's key, so that you can actually see if what you're doing is working. Email marketing. So the only way you're gonna get leads on your website is if you create a freebie. Most people don't want to give their email address for like no reason or a discount. They want something they can use. Don't give them some guide or something that they don't really need. Give them a free template, something that you sell. I do a free website template. It gets downloaded all the time. People love it. Just do that. It works. Or a free Canva template, something that they can actually use, something tangible. I'm so tired of seeing these freebies that are just like useless. So just don't do that. Sign up for Flowdesk or something similar. So that's going to be like an email marketing platform. It's going to collect all of your customers, segments. So anybody who buys a freebie, they're going to put in their email, and then it's going to add it to the list, and it'll be like in Flowdesk. And then build out email flows. So like send out an email when someone signs up for a freebie or like buys something, it comes from Flowdesk. Again, if you sign up for my course, I do provide Flowdesk templates that have all this already done for you. If not, you can build these out yourself, and then also send out marketing email and sale announcements. So anytime you have a sale, send out an email. I know. Okay, so how to scale your template shop to 6 figures. So say you've done all this and you're like, okay, I have a template shop, I'm starting to make sales, you know, maybe you're only making like a couple grand a month and you're like, well, I need to make more money, obviously. So you got your systems in place. It's time to scale. Add more templates. Do you have enough templates in your shop? No, you don't. It doesn't matter how many you have. You always got to be coming out with new stuff. People want new stuff, new stuff. Have you ever been to Target? They come out with new like collections like every like 2 weeks. It's insane. At least every season, quarterly, come out with a new template. So like maybe it's like a more summery template or like more wintry or whatever it is. Just come up with a new one if you can. If you can't, I would say a minimum of 2 a year for, I'm talking about website templates. So do that. And then, you know, send out your emails, you know, do all the behind the scenes of creating it, you know, the whole gamut there. Upsells. This is probably one of the most underrated items. If you already have spent the money and the time to get a customer on your website, they are on that checkout page and they are ready to buy a website template, give them an add-on to buy. They are most likely going to say yes. It is so much easier. I've said this time and time again. It is so much easier to sell to a customer that's already ready to buy than to go out and try to find a brand new customer and sell them a brand new product. Create complementary templates. So like everything that matches, you know, make it easy for them. That's what I do. I have website template, Canva template, sales page. It all matches, it all goes together. They love it. And then when you're ready, after you've grown, start outsourcing what you can afford to do. Social media, marketing, if you can outsource, you know, customer service, be careful with that. At least get somebody like in the US. Trust me, you don't want like bad customer service because then you're gonna get bad reviews. So keep that in mind. Okay, so now that we've done this mini course, what if you had a full step-by-step plan? No waste of time, a proven strategy that works. I obviously have one. That's why we're here. It's Superhero Academy. It's the complete course for designers who want to scale and create a profitable template shop without trial and error. So it does provide you with all the tools and all the learning to create your template shop and actually succeed as opposed to like wasting all this time. So what will you learn? How to create and price high converting templates. So everything that I talked about in this mini course, but I go into depth into each topic a lot deeper. Where and how to sell them for consistent income. We did kind of touch on that, but I will definitely go deeper into that. And advanced marketing and scaling strategies. So like my exact Pinterest strategy, how to use Tailwind. I'm gonna walk you through the exact platforms I use, my exact processes, and provide you with all the templates to make it happen. What else do you get with the course? So this is kind of insane. I can't believe I'm even offering that this much. I'm not just saying that, I swear. Social media Canva templates. So I've got launch countdown graphics. This is all in Canva, by the way. So it's super easy to use. All the product mockups that you're gonna need. So that's gonna be like for Etsy, all the product mockups for your emails, and then social media, testimonial and social proof templates before and after transformations, all your Pinterest pin templates, all the email templates that you're gonna need for Flowdesk. So new shop, post sales, thank you, new template, Showit templates. This is kind of where it gets real. You're gonna get a product listing page and a catalog page to add to your Showit website. So you're already gonna have a fully functional store that's already designed. All you have to do is pop in your templates, and you're gonna get a basic starter Showit template, which I can't actually believe I'm gonna do. I'm gonna design a full template for you that you can take and resell on your own. You can swap it out, photos, make it your own, obviously, different colors, but trust me, it will sell. And then if you do the VIP option, which I highly recommend, you're gonna get editable canvas packs. So you're gonna get tons of canvas packs that you can use to create better templates. So like a million different layouts. I don't know the exact number right this second, but it'll be in the details to create your templates and like build them out. So it'll take you like hardly any time at all. So I highly recommend doing the VIP. So are you ready to take the next step? Superhero Academy, sign up today at superherodesign.co.